Hello everyone, long time no see. Welcome back to the Fabula Vault, where I'm continuing my journey of Secret of Mana. Took a little bit of a recap in my memory. It's been over a month, I believe, since I played, so thank you for all for who is partaking and interacting, and let's see if I don't get frustrated by this game this time. In fairness, the last few times I played, I was going through a lot of, I wouldn't say hardship, but a lot of stress from work and all that, and so the interface was not exactly making me happy. Hello there, G Helmet. Good to see you. Put this on here. Play over here. Oh, so let's see it. Hopefully it doesn't take me an hour to remember the interfaces and how everything works. You guys hear everything all right? Do I sound okay? Does the audio music sound okay? Not too loud? I don't know where the hell I'm at. I'm supposed to go to see Luca, I believe. We just finished that little ruin. I killed that annoying-ass living wall. And if I remember correctly, is it Gemma? I can't remember. The knight said he was going to the underground palace and for me to go see Luca. Excuse me. Coming across Gunman. Hey, good to see you, Silas. How are you doing? Thank you, G-Helmet. Man, I'm getting so much green from the reflection of my screen here. Let's see if I can fix that here. There's still a hint of green. I don't know if I really like that. I'll keep it dark. Where was this I was at? Oh yeah, I forgot. It doesn't even say where the hell this is. We gotta find the sign. I think this is where the ruin was that I just came at. Yeah, so. Decently, a little overwhelmed, but working on getting things ironed out. What's got you overwhelmed? So other than work, what's new in my gaming life? Not much. Not much change. I have played a couple last Fridays. I've been running my small group that is adjacent to my Cursed Scribe game. One of my players is recently a father, so we've been kind of doing a small adventure with the rest of the players, and it's been fun. I've played the last couple of Thursdays in Shield's Rest 5 to 50. We just finished our level 40 interaction. It's pretty fun. Mark, the GM, is a trooper for just basically letting his encounters get steamrolled by our characters. Okay, here we go. Village, Kingdom of Pandora. Okay, so I think I need to go up. I'm so glad Salandra told me about the targeting in this. That made the fight so much easier. What the hell? Oh. Fab Games now Monday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'm working on my book again, finally. Still working on the Foundry add-ons. Decided also poke my head into Godot to learn some design. Nice. Yes, Alice, I think everyone's overwhelmed by work lately. I myself in a hotel on the road at the moment, got to work 9 days in a row. And I feel you on that. I'm down here in Oklahoma, and it's your heat advisory in effect. That's how it's just saying. My temperature, whatever. I know it's almost 100 degrees out. I've got to go into work tomorrow, early in the morning. Well, not into work. I got to go to a job site because some awesome assholes on a construction end, when remodeling a house's third floor, cut a bunch of wires in the attic to the fire system, and everyone's moving in on Monday. So I've got to go fix all that problem. but it's too hot to do it in the afternoon, so Sunday was the only morning I could find it. Got engaged and also found out I'm going to be father. Wow, that's some significant increases in life. Congratulations to you, sir. Wait, I have to use the story. Nine days because I'm staying the weekend since it's far from home. And that's rough. Water Palace. Didn't want to drive an extra 1,200 kilometers. Don't blame you. Any unnecessary driving is well worth skipping and avoiding. We wave goblins. I don't think... Oh. Sandra says, yeah, I didn't mean to be a dick and be a backseat gamer, but I understand the frustration of beating your head against the wall, but it's headed trying to beat that boss. Hey, no, it's, I mean, backseat gaming, like, helping me with controls is nothing I consider backseat gaming. It's telling me, like, right off the bat how to beat a boss or something like that. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of that, or revealing, like, story development that hasn't quite hit. If I'm struggling to figure out how to freaking maneuver my characters as designed, I'm all about it. Welcome to Nico's. I almost kind of want to go to Nico's because I need some freaking whatever nuts because no one else freaking sells them. Nope, not for me. That's off to those who have those type of jobs. I couldn't. My brother wants me to come to the quarry with him, but they also regularly do trips out of the city for weeks. At least I can use my time worked. The time to work on my project. I also drawn some awesome stuff on my project. I think I'm starting to have a real artist hand. Nice. Nice, G-helmet, and then... But they also regularly do... They also regularly do trips out of this. Oh, for extended leave, Silas? Yeah. Alright, Nico, let's see how much these freaking nuts are. Meow. Yeah, fuck that. 1,000? Yeah, I will pass. But yeah, I think in a few weeks I'll be playing. I think we didn't finish the encounter with Shield's Rest on the 40. I was about to do something really obnoxious and I didn't get to do it in time. So the guy we were fighting escalated. But I think we're going to continue the 40 the next playthrough, and then the final will be level 50. My character is beyond obnoxious in our game. It's mastering Guardian, Chanter, Fury, and has taken some Entropist and Orador. Also, thanks for hopping in, guys. It's good to chit chat with you. It's been a rough month and a half for me, and I'm hoping with all the bullshit I've had to deal with, I'm starting to get ahead of things where I'm not just hyper focused on work, where it's kind of a distraction for me to try to do stuff like this or make videos.
The monoseed of water was stolen. I couldn't do anything about it. They must have done it when an Udine was in danger and out of power. The water tells me they took it to Gaia's navel, or deeper. I don't think they are from the Empire. Please, hurry and bring it back.
right. You think you could just, well, maybe because the water seed's gone, you don't have the power to, like, telepathically? You could have told me that. It's Merle and Cephas. Water Palace. Gaia's navel, if I remember correctly, wasn't too far from here. Try and change back to my spear. Oh, that wasn't my spear. That was the javelin, or the pole dart, or whatever. How's your game's been going, Salandra? A travel special. 50 gold to the Water Palace, go to the Guy's Navel. Yeah. Worth it.
Guy's Navel? That's a breeze. Just slide into the can.
Note to self, put a traveling cannon in my Fabula Vault game. Out of curiosity and conversation, how do you feel about games like Risk and Civilization, all this? So, I never really got into Risk. I'm indifferent on it, because when I played it, I was super young. I didn't understand tactics. I played more simplistic board games and just never had a crew of people that played it. Civilization, I love Civilization too. That's a game I played extensively into the night and early hours. But I didn't really play anything that religiously after that one. I played 4 for a while. I mean, I don't have anything against them. I feel like there's all these other games I'd rather play than the long-term investment that those tactical games take. Same thing with like Total War games. That is the type of game I am building. Would love some suggestions on things that are disliked or liked about him. I mean, I think there's plenty of things to like him if you find the right group. It's just a matter of, people that you are, that enjoy that style of play and are on the same or understanding of the rules. Oh, I meant to see if I could upgrade something.
Okay, which one's ready?
The bow.
Okay, let's forge it.
I love how Erica was gaslighting me for playing when she's not available, which ironically has been 2 times in a row, but I miss her shtick. What do we got here? Fair point. They do require a lot more time investment. I'm trying to make a very small baby's first grand strategy that is conceptually just risk plus monopoly. I mean, that's a great idea. And there's no, I mean, hey, you know what? Reinventing the wheel is not really necessary. Just honing the wheel or finding different parts that work all in tandem. But what just happened? The last session that I played, and we had a big boss fight against basically Tiamat, and luck was against me as it has resistances to the only 2 damage types I do. I also had no healing, so I regulated myself to debuffing and dealing MP damage, which worked amazingly, especially after our Symbolist made it so he only heals half MP and HP. Yeah, I saw that Symbolist ability on my game on the level 41. It's quite a impactful thing. Those games are in the same bag of no with all of them there. One more turn and it's 4 a.m. has to stop playing Stellaris for it. Yep. Okay, like, where the fuck did I come from? I, like, just walked in and just automatically put me on this lava train or whatever this is. Whip orb, nice. Glad I gave that to me right after I went. Like I didn't even agree on this. Okay. The water seed. Oh, welcome. We the Scorpion Army will rule the world. Check it out. Shut up. We just took the water seed to complete our super deluxe robot. We call it Kilroy. Hubba hubba. Do it. Aye aye, sir. I own Stellaris, but I've only played maybe 10 hours. But Civ games, I am thousands of hours into across 4, 5, and 6. I gave up on life and civilization when Gandhi backdoored me and took me over. Has anyone picked up the bestiary for Fab yet? I bought it yesterday. It's pretty awesome. No, I'm just waiting for the one that's supposed to come in my mega order. I mean, I have the PDF of it, but go get them now. See ya. Farewell. Goodbye, children. Hey, what's wrong? Too much energy. It's out of control. No, remove the seed. Use the auxiliary power. Uh-oh. All right. It's gonna be right off the bat like that. Why can't I do spells? The last session, I ran PCs, had to climb the mountain, lots of environmental challenges while also fighting. It ended with them accidentally freeing the next major villain who was encased in ice. Yeah, I like the bestiary. I've just been using it a lot. I've been using it a lot. Okay, cool. Real quick question, Salandra. When you say there's a lot of environmental challenges, what were you doing? I'm always curious to see how people run that stuff. Kaki says, I'm in the same boat, have the PDF, but waiting for the big box of cookies. Also, hello, folks. Hello! Thank you for being on my channel. Yeah, I spent the time investing in it. I'm just going to wait until it comes. I want my Amano box and my Amano book. Okay, quit following me and attack him. Oh, whoa, 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 what happened there? So it looks like I just can't do aggressive magic to this guy. There it goes. Okay, that was weird. Oh yeah, they're all moogled. Excuse me. Excuse me. I'm relatively new to the games, though have owned it since they came out. I'm now in 2 games. Nice. Are you running either of them, or are you playing them both? Charge some attacks to deal heavy damage since you can't mash them more than once without retaliation. Gotcha. Excuse me. How's it going, Todd? How are you doing, Todd? Ah, I missed. Beth says, get out of there, you dummy. I hate when they do that. BRB, gonna grab some food and take the dog for a quick round the house. Hey, no worries. I understand the importance of both of those. Am I defeating it? Okay. Hey, it's the first boss I fought that I didn't die. That one was much easier than the dum-dum wall. Way to go! Multiple clocks mostly over the session. I had 3 with good effects when they succeeded, or bad when they failed. They were different for each one. I like to see how each PC describes how they do things. The mountain was magic itself, so that affected things both in combat and during the clocks. Sorry for being a bit vague. I'm not used to using phone to text. Don't worry, man. I appreciate it. Nuts. Oh well. See ya. Bye. Recover the mana seed. Let's bring it back to the water palace. Buy some stuff. Need some candy. Need a cup of wishes. So when you're saying you're doing the clocks, like that's what I'm curious about. I usually do group checks when people want to do stuff on success, because I feel if I just leave it to the fruition to my players to decide what they're going to do, there's always going to be like 1 or 2 people that do everything and other ones who kind of like keep back. And I want everyone to have some sort of inclusion and feel included. Not always, but... Khaki says, plain, I have an idea for what I want to run, but wanted to wrap my head around the game from a player's point of view before diving into the rabbit hole. Also, as a forward gem, it was a nice change. Yeah, I can get that. I really can say this. The GM in Fabula Ultimate is significantly different than running it like in D&D, especially since there's so much give and take from the players. There's so much the players can do that changes the perspective of the GM. I can't tell you how many times I've had kind of like NPCs I've made that had a certain narrative to them, and then my players end up rolling an opportunity and decide the you know, somewhat villainous character becomes amicable of one of the players and sees him as a friend. So like it changes exactly how I want to run the game, you know, and you have to be open to that. But at the same time, that leaves where you don't have to spend a bunch of time prepping for crap either, because it's so narratively coasting with the collaboration of your players. I did the whip, yes. Let's give that whip back to Merle. Oh, I am using the whip with her. Okay. Oh no, I was having each of them go in order describing how they're helping and making an appropriate roll, getting bonuses or difficulty based on how useful I think it is. Hey, that works too. Like I said, I do mind to moderate inclusion. If all your players are all about that, then, you know, that works too. Yes, bonds and relationship system adds an interesting flavor. Very much. The entire Fabula point system, too, with the traits is a really nice thing. I've been abusing the hell out of the Orador ability called My Trust in You in the game I've been guest playing in, which allows you to spend a Fabula point using one of the target's traits or bonds in a circumstance to you know, affect a roll, but they also gain 20 mind points out of it. And then I just took a heroic skill that's called cheer up, I believe, which when I use that, it also increases one of their attributes die size for the scene, which is crazy. What was I doing? Stats? No. Action grid, that's what I'm looking for. Alright, so back to the water palace. I need a cannon again. I took that general idea from 4E D&D. While I'm not a fan of while I am a fan of groups encourage them, I also like to see each PC have a chance to shine or fail on their own merits. Yeah, I agree with that. There's times where I do still utilize that. It's just a lot of times when I do like environmental traveling, since they're kind of working together anyway, I try to isolate it to group checks so it doesn't slow the game down. But I really just think it depends on the situation. Okay. That's right, I gotta go back through the blacksmith. And the game before last I played with my group, which has been a couple of months now too, like, there was a long talk about how I was giving too many options instead of they didn't want to be railroaded, but they felt like they, I got to a point when we were doing kind of a dungeon crawl and I took it real too slow, where they felt like their options were in question because they weren't exactly sure what they were trying to do and the point at times. So we talked about making it a little more, I wouldn't say railroady, but direct at things. It was never my intent, but yeah, unfortunately, that's when we called it quits for my player who just became a dad. So, but that's okay. We'll get back in the swing of things eventually, and if not, I'll do another game where it's my Final Fantasy VI successor. Ever wonder how much NPCs like Nico make off the player? I wonder if they are millionaires. Probably. He's a freaking scam artist. I don't even know where I'm going here. I don't even need to be going in here. I meant to go down out of here. I meant to go up the... blacksmith's area. No, I don't. How does that keep happening? Yeah, I don't need to go in here. How do I get out of here? I have a feeling it's not this way because I just fought that thing. Like, I just walked in front of that dwarf and I like appeared here. Okay, can I use my rope to get out of here? Thank goodness. Let's save, because I haven't done that since I beat that boss. That'd be a great achievement for a game to have you made XMPC a million. I'm actually curious. It would probably have to be Final Fantasy VI. It was the most time investment, like Gil spent or collected in a JRPG for me. That or 4, since I've played it so many times. Andy won't fit. Oh, boo. Where's the water palace? I forgot. I think it's this way. Maple nuts? No maple nuts. But yeah, I'm trying to, like, since I don't have an active game I'm running, I feel like there's a lot of things I've learned from running it that it just with my group and communicating with them, because they're not used to that style of game, and just how a lot of times I think I was being more accidentally coy with what they had as options instead of just being direct, because that's what it's supposed to be. That's not supposed to be like Fabula Ultima. There's not supposed to be these big hidden secrets in what you do. I mean, sure, there's like the big like revelations of things, but like when they're traveling in a dungeon and there's like dangers and options of travel, instead of making them figure everything out that's going to be a possible option, just giving it to them of this is, you know, you need to get from point A to point B. Here's the problem. Here's your 3 options. Here's your here is the scenarios for each one, instead of me slowing it down and letting them like try to figure it out. I think that really hindered the game progress. So, and it's not, you know, everyone has different play styles, but I do recommend being a little more open when it comes to that type of stuff, because as it being a JRPG, it's supposed to be fast paced. It's supposed to be fun, and there's supposed to be combat. There's supposed to, you know, it's supposed to be narrative. It's not supposed to be a trudge through dungeons and all that. And me, I'm one of the biggest oppositions to like puzzles in dungeons. I hate them so much, so I try to limit slowing game progress down. I have a feeling like I'm not going the right way, but I need to go old school and actually draw myself a map here. Nothing but candy. Pretty sure this is the village I got outcasted in. At the beginning. Nope, I'm in the right area. It's like Pandora or whatever. Yeah. The fucking bitch. No, don't need to go to the castle. Move. So I'm guessing that most of you guys are in my kind of my age demographic. What's the hardest Super Nintendo JR? Well, I wouldn't say JRPG. Let's just say RPG that you played that you really wanted to like but struggled to get behind it. I wish I knew if that was an upgrade or not. Nope, that's no. Ooh, Cobra base at 6. I shall buy more Cobra bracelets. Hard to say. None are really hard when you grind a little. Some are hard because they are bad. Let me think this through and look at this. Yeah, mine's Draken. I wanted that game to be so like it conceptually looked really cool, and I like kind of like this open world danger, but it just didn't make sense. Sometimes like the fights would be really easy, and other like with no scalable understanding that they would get stuck and like murder themselves, but and then just like random horrible things would happen. But it looked cool for its time. I only had one dungeon, and how it went pretty much as you said. Instead of D&D where it's literally square by square, it was hand-drawn map that had general room by room. So it's always to see what options they had progress further. Granted, sometimes there was things that hindered them along the way. And all I did was I just did scenes and maps. I didn't do like a dungeon crawl by any means. I think I really slowed it down on giving them the options. Like that's the crazy thing is like, oh, they need to get here, they have options, and then like they would roll a crit and then use an opportunity to have something really cool happen that allowed it to go forward, and I was okay with that. But then like I started getting to the point of like they needed to get back to the ship, but it was still under surveillance, but they could also go through this way by commandeering another ship, but it would be a little more difficult. But like I didn't give them specifics, and I think it really hindered them on making decisions. Seven Saga was a bit brutal for me. Yeah, I don't know if I actually ever played that one. I remember seeing it, like, I remember going to the game station, or rental store every weekend with my brother. I remember seeing Seventh Saga, but I don't think I ever played it. I picked the wrong person. Oh my gosh. Okay, pink is Merle. Okay. There we go. Let's sell some stuff. Most of the hard games are on SNES for platformer beat 'em ups. Yeah. Trying to think of any like Super Nintendo like that were like. Yeah, you're not wrong. Like, I mean, I remember one of my favorites, but they were kind of hard, at least for me as a kid, was like the Earthworm Jim games. And the kind of art you just maybe ActRaiser 2. Yeah, ActRaiser 2 was pretty brutal. All those like original games like ActRaiser and like Contra and stuff were pretty freaking nuts. I don't remember if it was on Super Nintendo or Sega or both. And it doesn't really count as... It was more of a tactical RPG, Gemfire. I freaking love that game. My little brother and I used to play the hell out of that game. Doing good. Actually firing up some Fabulous so I can play multitask while you stream. Nice. Firing up some Fabulous so you... I'm guessing you're playing. Otherwise you wouldn't be multitasking well. Oh, I think I'm going the wrong way again. Dang it. I came from the bottom originally. Up goes to the castle. So if I go right, I think the right took me to the cannon, if I'm not mistaken. Or not. Okay. Because remember, down goes to the ruins, the undead place. Up was the castle, which I didn't go to. And then I thought left take me up to the water palace, but yeah, I don't need to go up here. Oh, man. It's so freaking hot out. Like I actually haven't even taken my AC unit out for my window. I probably need to start doing it, but it's getting to the point like I need to get some like earbuds because I've got these heavy headset, which I love for the audio, but when it's like this weather out here, it sucks. It gets so hot. Is this gay? Well, I don't know. Are you saying that as a derogatory mean? Take the controller and breeze through the game. I wasn't paying attention. Water Palace goes up to the north. And I am not digging the green reflection the screen's giving me, but whatever. There were plenty of Bees games on the early system, but yeah, I agree with both Seven Saga and Draken. I rented both and dropped them off after a few hours and took them back ASAP. Yep. Controls are tight when you know what's coming. It's all reflex. Yeah. Draken, I really wanted to like Draken, but it just... it was too much. I remember when I didn't really start getting into RPGs that weren't JRPGs until like early Windows, like Lands of Lore came out and stuff like that, and Ultima. I really liked those. What are these guys? Man, I keep getting the javelin and not the spear. Water thug. What is going on here? Uh-oh.
Luca! Get out of here! Get out here fast!
Who have we here?
I'm Gishtar of the Empire. Hand over the seed, or Luca's had it. Don't!
What will you do? Hand it over or... My options are hand it over or fight. Run, not fight. Oddly enough, my first RPG was a Western, the first two Wizardry games. I vaguely remember Ultima, where you could kill major NPCs and hard lock the game. Yep, I remember that as well. There's definitely some other like console ones. Like I remember the D&D game for Sega, where you just keep spamming the creative, like the random generator until everyone like had 18s and 17s. But even then, it was still hard as F. Like there was an open world like travel battle system, and then there was like an Ultima style, like internal cavern dungeon crawl style. What do you think, guys? Should I hand it over or run? I'll let you consider this while I grab a beverage. All right, well, no responses, so I am going to hand it over. Attaboy. So glad the seed's here. Too bad we have to break the seal.
Stop it!
Well, nice to have met you all. Oh, of course I get a boss fight out of this. As a little gift, I'd like you to meet my little pet. Remember to feed him. I didn't even get to heal or anything. What bunch of bullshit is that? Oh, shit. Not good. Oh, cool, and they can cast magic. Alright. Is she still dead? What's going on here? Probably want water. Gaming Good, mostly gaming. 7th Saga was a rare instance where they cranked up the difficulty for North American market, unlike the usual dumbing down of JRPGs for us. That's about right. Yep. Oh my gosh. Oh, cool. That is obnoxious that she's dying before she can cast. Okay. I feel like this game is just boss fights. Like, you walk around and just get ambushed with boss fights. Holy cow. Well, it's just me now. Oh, that did nothing. Holy shit, that hit me for double my life. I've never been hit so hard as the main character. Well, that sucks. It's been a minute since I've saved. I don't think I, where was I last? It was Dwarf Village. I can't remember the hell. Man, it's so hard to remember to freaking save because you have to be at inns and cities and you're never there. That was just brutal. I'm assuming I beat this guy already, so I'm going back. No, I don't want to go there. So I came here to get the seed. So that's right. So now I got to go back to the freaking water palace. At least I hope that's correct. Hopefully, oh, that's as far as I can go out. That sucks. Okay. Man, sometimes when I play this game, I feel like I'm better off not having a team because they just sit there and just get wrecked. And they're like, even like they both have ranged weapons, but they're like hanging out at the core area, just getting their asses handed to them. And let me guess, I didn't. This is before I bought all the Cobra bracers. Yep, that's lame. Yeah, they're set to aggressive. Don't want them sitting around doing nothing. Kingdom Hearts AI prototype. Yeah, don't get me started. I never played a Kingdom Hearts game in my life because I hated the AI on that. Which, you're not wrong. This is very similar. Judge you by where you are in story. If you think it's a boss fight upon boss fights, just you wait. You think it's a boss fight upon boss fight? Oh, just you wait. Okay, I see it now. I mean that's literally all I've done. Like since I started, I've fought 3 bosses since I started this game today. Not even just over an hour ago. Wow. Neither. I don't want to go. No, dang it. I didn't want to go over there. Get out of the way, mushroom. Come on, Debbies. Yeah, but back to Top Grade. Yeah, I will never touch a Kingdom Hearts game after playing the first one. I don't care if they change the entire system. That scored me for life, and that's that game. That and Final Fantasy 12. Awesome, awful system. I grew up pretty poor and never had a console as a kid. That's part of the reason why I'm here. Living vicariously, enjoying the chat. Hey, I'm always glad to have you. Sorry, some of my chat is just negative and me talking shit on stuff. my former roommate played Kingdom Hearts so much my TV has a permanent burnout on the the UI, even almost 9 years later. That's ridiculous. Alright, we're gonna go to Fotis Village first to save. Could be candy. Yep. Salandra says, I played Kingdom Hearts once. Yeah, I'm good. It's a fairly understandable, self-contained story. I mean, the game and the story isn't what bugs me. It's the... just... I hated the system. Like... oh yeah, I forgot I'm not welcome here. Damn it. Okay. Lesson learned. Don't die. Without and sequels or prequels, yep, that's the way I like it. But it's moments like this in the game that becomes very Fabula Ultimate to me. It's like, yeah, just have a world. You know, there's a dude that has a cannon that shoots you all to locations, or a giant slingshot, or something ridiculous and fun. Out of here. As for its combat, it was okay. Yeah, the NPCs could be a bit dumb. They weren't abysmally awful like the .hack games. I'm not familiar with the .hack games. I don't know, man. Goofy and Donald would expend my inventory like there was no tomorrow, no matter how I said it. No, whoa, what's this? Where am I going? What? Is there a secret save spot here? Or is this a dungeon I need to be doing later? Okay, nothing. Okay. Okay, Bepsis, what are you doing? I don't know how well I'm gonna do here because I didn't even increase my defense with those Cobra bracelets either. Oh, derp. I think I am delay on the stream. Time to play second speed. 2 times speed. Oh, yeah, that would make sense why I said, how's it going? And then you, like, responded way much longer later. No. Still want to give the freaking seed to them and kill that, because if I run, do I fight that Hydra? Because I kind of want to fight the Hydra. I'm gonna see what happens when I hit run this time. Okay, that's what I thought. The illusion of choice. Hate when that happens. I don't think I've hit him once with my... Oh my gosh, how did he heal that much? Which, by the way, was amusing in its own way. Goodness gracious. That's a magic, are we? Feeling it's not gonna do that much damage. Sees water, but okay. What the fuck is this 500 hit point heal bullshit? Oh. Well, shit. These, man. This is insane. Can I just like not hit him? Oh my god, we got him. Holy crap. I was gonna be so tilted if I lost. We did it! Way to go! Oh good, another bow orb. Oop.
Now use your sword and restore the seals. Put on the seed.
Alright. Move. The Imperial forces have drawn back. We managed to defeat their monsters in Pandora, too. Marl stole the kill. You know what? I'll give her credit. I got this from one of them. You should have it. Got Whip's Orb. Voices. We are running out of time. I'll return home and stop Empire there. Only a restored Mana Sword can beat the fortress. Talk to the Cannon Travel Man in Podos. He'll lend you the way to the upper land. Okay. Now, can you move? Receive the seed's power.
Pure evil seeks the seed now. You must hurry and revive the Mana Sword. Go to the lofty mountains and see the sage joke to learn about the real courage. Then go to all 8 of the world's palaces and reactivate all the seeds.
What?
You will be able to receive the mana power from the seeds once you reactivate them.
It's always an 8. Elements, pillars, palaces. So, what are we gonna do, team? That's right, we're going to save. But first we must get to Kanan. Which I can't remember exactly where it's at. I always forget. And it's always the opposite direction of where I am at. Candy. What we got here? And go save at Nico's. Glad you are back, Josh. Hey, Michael Metcalf, thanks. Good to see you. He's learning. He must be stopped. He will become too powerful. Us simple villagers cannot accept one to gain knowledge and become more advanced than all of us, so kill him. Stone him. Wow. No thank you, cheapskate. Beware of goblins. Come on, folks. The Illusion of Choice was my old band name. Great. What'd you play? The upper land is huge. Reach it by going through the Great Forest. Just slide into the cannon. Boom. Wow, he shot it hard. Moogles! Bepsis, your home's here in the Great Forest, right? Lead on.
Huh? I hit my head again when we landed. Lovely. Might take a while.
Sandra says, I noticed that you have 711 subs. It wasn't long ago you hit the 500, but yeah, you know, I'm still behind on the original claim of the 500 about doing the world building thing. And just like I said, as soon as I hit 500, world kicked my butt and kind of took over. I'm very surprised by the amount of subs that have continued on and supported, despite me not putting out any recent content, with an exception of the combat one I did about 3 weeks ago. I am working on the Tinkerer video, or well, Tinkerer projects. But that one's taking a bit of time. But yeah, 7-Eleven. I've actually had I was at like 684 last weekend. I think I gained like 30 over the last week. So I don't know if I feel like people are starting to look at new options in games. Like I don't have an algorithm that's really helping me by any means, but the fact that I'm the only one who puts out quote unquote quality Fabula Ultima content for learning purposes, I think it's just been easier for people to find me. I think people are finally getting familiar with D&D dicking them over and wanting new options of things.
Who? Listen, he's laughing. No, he's crying. Peddlers have taken over their village.
That's sad. I decided to get out of that hole. Just smell the fresh air. Okay, which one's ready? All right, let's full dart. Okay. Whip. Bow. Yes, your content was what helped me wrap my head around the various Fabula Ultima systems. Thank you. I mean, I don't think it's a very complex system by any means. I really think all I did was, like, I remember when I tried Pathfinder, I can't remember I think it's called How It's Played. The guy does a phenomenal job talking about all types of things in the rulebook, and there's so much content that I kind of wanted to do the same thing, just not as complex, because Fabula Ultima isn't complex. So I felt like if I just helped kind of open people's minds and eyes to the simplicity of Fabula Ultima, it made them much more willing to read it. Much of the other stuff are review videos. Yeah, absolutely. They're the review videos, and they're not the best reviews. Like, they don't really go into details, or they're just like class underlines, which those aren't the worst. You know, if people want to underline classes, I think that's great. I've considered it, but since other people have done it, it hasn't been my priority. But in the long run, I might do something. I really try to stay away from telling people how they should level and all that stuff. And but I guess a simple explanation wouldn't hurt. What the hell is this? They cast silence, but everything's right. What is going on? When I go right, like, it was weird. It was like the directions were changing. Yeah, that's what's happening. Even though it's... Oh, I'm confused. That's why. Oh my god. Ripping Bepsis already. But it's also fun to do the videos. It takes work, and editing's my least favorite thing to do. But I also, I'm a fan of making sure if I'm gonna put effort into stuff, making it look good and sound good is important. I don't think min-maxing, I think min-maxing video ain't that attractive. What people need to know is how the game is and how to start playing it without searching around the book, hours searching on the rules. Your video fits the needs for the game. Yeah, that's my intent. Like, I'm not trying to tell someone, like, I'm trying to respect Fabula Ultima and need games by not just opening the book and basically reading things word for word, or like basically minimizing the need to get the book. My goal is to make people want to get the book, read the book, and experience it. And I don't think Fabula Ultima's core rulebook is a hard read, nor is it... there's a few parts that, you know, kind of... I don't use the word contradict each other, but there's a few pieces that I think could be weaved a little bit better, but it's far from a hard read. Whoa, what the hell is that? I didn't think I could target him. Nope, 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 don't do that. Seems like an ally, not an enemy. It's not hitting me, and when I try to turn it, I can't target it either. Ah! What the fuck? What is going on? From what I've seen on other YouTubers do class by class content, which isn't bad. I even go back to them sometimes, but it's pretty much what everyone does. You go into how to make an actual character. Yeah, I want people to understand the easy, like the appeal of the system and how rules, not really the works, but just how easy it is to start, whether it's creating characters or building a world or understanding the Fabula point system. I mean, there's a decent amount to learn, but That's it. I want people to understand how the game plays. I don't want them to just see how classes are built. I mean, if that's all that appeals to you in an RPG, that's not my audience of who I want to really present to. I'm not all about just combat. I want there to be other appeals. But at the same time, that's why I've been happy to collaborate with Shield's Rest, because that's what they do. They showcase combat and stuff. And the fact I don't really get to play, it's fun experience for me. And I know there's been some videos where I try not to bridge the glasses to my nose, and I'm actually anyone, but I do. Mark's still new to the system. All of them are still new. I'm still new to the system. There's times where after the game, I've said, hey, you might want to consider this, in certain aspects, like with initiative. But overall, we're enjoying just learning the game. We're creating enemies of all different difficulties, whatever it's called, soldier, champion league. Yeah, exactly. And then injecting the villain's concept to them. Cherry blossoms. And I'm sure eventually there's going to be someone of higher notoriety that's like been in the D&D success that will probably come across this game and start touting it, and I'll fade in the sunset of appeal. But in the meantime, I don't care. I'm not really doing it to get famous or anything. I'm doing it to get people to get the hell away from D&D and try some new games. I think it's Lithator, I can't remember the name of it. Like the guy that does Pirate Board, he does great videos on the board games. Much more well produced than mine. But I mean, there's other games I would love to play and see get a lot more explanation. Even though everyone I talk to, they're like, the board games are really easy conceptually. And I'm like, man, every time I try to open one of those books, their artwork's awesome. It's almost like by design to not appeal to you to want to learn the system, because all the simple basics are in the back. Don't think so. D&D Slayers don't look other games because it will kill their channel. I think eventually D&D is going to, unless they start doing something good, there's not going to be that watering hole. The guy at Pyrex, remember, if I remember, it was Luke Stratton. Yeah, I don't remember his last name, but I'm pretty sure it's Luke. You can only try to get people away from D&D. I swear 95% of TTRPGs play only D&D. Yeah. It's sad, and that's why, to be perfectly honest, that's when I actually had a decent calling on TikTok. I had like I think about 1,500 followers, but I got away from it because I hated all the TikTok content I was getting. But it was a fraternity of D&D circle jerking. And I think at times people, they didn't vilify me, but I feel like there's a lot of people that wanted to try my game. They were excited to try Fabula Ultima, but it just always gravitated back to D&D. And I was like, I don't want to be part of that. I want to tell people to stop playing D&D, because not because the game sucks, but because the developers and the companies behind it don't respect the people that play the games. They financially gouge them. They're numbers. They're not anything else. But everyone wants to be successful. Like, I don't condemn people for that. There's a lot of people that I know in like that I feel in their younger years have always felt kind of isolated and not accepted, and D&D was part of that acceptance. But I feel like anyone now who plays D&D as their first TTRPG, they don't want to let go of that feeling of belonging, and they like see anyone who criticizes the game as like a negative gesture, and then it makes them less appeal to try something new. When in my attempts are to really try to get them to games that would probably welcome them a lot more than D&D would. It'll take a generation for D&D. I mean, it'll take more than that, but as long as the world keeps opening to new games, I mean, I'm seeing it every year with Gen Con, and there's more and more successes that are becoming much more favorable. The D&D style is becoming less appealing because, at least in my opinion, I mean, Pathfinder's okay, but I never stayed with it. And then I have, I got the 5 books for, I'm already forgetting what it's called, Mythcraft. I like the system conceptually, but I'm never going to get a group again that's going to play hardcore D&D style. They like the simplicities of Fabula Ultima and Daggerheart and all the other game systems. Let's see here. Oh, I meant to equip. Unfortunately, I think you're right. I think the majority of the other games care about the artist and game side of it more than the money itself. Wizards of the Coast, it's all about following the money. Now, I will say this. I'm the hugest proponent of Foundry existing. And Fabula Ultima, Foundry is my preferred for Fabula Ultima. But the places like Demiplane and like that is making more of these other games much more appealing to play because there's now digital records and platforms. That's where I think, because of D&D Beyond's success, and obviously so many people have turned into an online style play, having a digital platform is huge for any TTRPG to thrive. It can't just be pen and paper or it'll never take off because there's too much of a different change of atmosphere of how games are played. And I mean, most of the people I pick up that either started in 5e or have started D&D Beyond Plus, they don't like the idea of pen and paper. So they want everything digital. They want it to be accessible on cloud, and I get it. So if there's any games that are going to thrive, they need to have that option. I love money. When I release my game, I will be famous. Best of luck to you. Oh crap, dang it. What, did I go full circle here? I am excited though. I'm getting it's getting close here. Let's see here. In about 4 months, I'm going to KupoCon to see my friends that I usually play Fabula Ultima with. We're all getting together for KupoCon, and should be fun. Be the first time I actually play it in person and not through a digital platform. If we do decide to play it, but we may just play other board games and stuff. I do want to try running Perils and Princesses. I wouldn't mind doing a cyborg game, but that's not really their bag. I also have my Cats of Cthulhu games. Okay, this place has literally been full circle. Is there like one Moogle I need to be talking to that I just haven't paid any attention to? Are they just all going, poo? The little Koopas, little pool Moogles are cute. Okay, well. What's that? What's that? What's that? How do I change? I already forgot. How do I change who my... Oh, that's not it. How do I change who I am? It's not X, it's not Y, it's not B, it's not A. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Okay. I know there's a way to switch the people. Oh my gosh. No, that wasn't it. Select, okay. Where'd that guy come from? Yeah. Okay. I feel like there's something I should be doing. Sorry, but for Bexing, but I'm pretty sure the only way forward from there is to cast magic on. That's exactly what I was just about to do. I just didn't know what. Okay, that did nothing. You've got to run out of your MP, lady. Ugh, yeah, that's right. I forgot I switched. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know if I have the magic needed to do that yet. Whatever. Okay. Nico, help me out here. I need to stay again. Oh, I can't stay. I can just save. Boo. Ow. Oh, what's that? Thunder Saber. Damn it, Bepsis. Am I even hitting him? And take me back to the Moogle place. No, so every area is a different style of forest. Let's get the hell out of here. No, come on. And if that's just the forge guy, he can't sell anything. Yep, that's it. Okay. Out of whatever cups of wishes. Cool, 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 cool. Let me guess, I'm going to have to buy from Nico. Oof. Expensive. Ow. Okay, these like nuclear rabbits need to die. Or silktails as they call them. Salandra, in your recommending, I was gonna say I was literally about to cast magic when you said that, but I'm curious, like, is this an element that I don't have yet? Because I think I just hit it with all my aggressive abilities and nothing happened. I use like the axe over here to hit these rocks. I feel like I'm just going in circles, and the only thing I've seen so far is that orb, and then I definitely can cast magic on it, but all the spells I've done so far don't seem to have a response. Okay. Honestly, it's been over 2 decades since I played. I'm not sure. You still have more forest to explore, right? I mean, that's what I say. I've gone in circles, and that's the only thing I've seen so far that, like, there's the Koopa and there's this pink hair. Maybe there's something I missed over here. Can you heal the orb? I didn't even think to try that because I felt like it had to be an aggressive spell, but we'll give it a go. Nope, can't target it with that. Yeah, it doesn't seem like positive spells can be the recipient of it. Good thinking, though. Wars. Ooh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh my goodness, I did not run that one. Okay, I feel like this dragon has something to do with it, but or like to like assist or something, because I'm not able to attack it. Okay, like get out of here. Okay, so nothing I can do to go down. That takes me back to the other colored forest. It's like the grayish. No, it's green. And then there's the grayish green, or like the brownish green, and then there's the winter-like area where the Moogles are. Ipsis, why are you almost dead? Maybe go directly where the dragon went, like the purple trees. Well, he keeps coming from different directions. That's what was throwing me off. Like, he'll go left and then come from right. And there's the cannoneer guy. Hi, dragon guy. Like I say, he came from the left and then went through right there. And this takes me up to like this autumn style woodlands, I think. Let's try it from here. Okay, hold on. So there's more than one direction to go here. Okay. Okay. I don't know what this is, but it's different. It's a garden of things. Pointless things. Okay, surely there's a point to this place. Okay, it's just a area where porcupine things hang out and nothing else happens. Oh, the Moogles can come back now I got rid of them. Okay. Excellent, okay. We're cooking with gas here now. Of course, Nico's the only one that's still the vendor. Are you just gonna all say poo still?
Koopy, Koopopo. My head us.
Okay, that sounded a little too sexual. That's what I meant.
What's wrong? Yippee! I can remember everything! Walk the seasons from spring to winter, spring again, and we can enter.
Okay, here we go. Walk the seasons from spring to winter. Spring again, and we can enter. Okay. Ooh, a chest. Okay. So I'm guessing it says walk the seasons from spring to winter, spring again, and then we can enter. I start with the green of spring, then fall, then, well, I guess spring, summer, fall, then winter, and then somehow back to spring. Okay, what's going on here? Stupid confusion. End of winter, back to spring, then you can enter. Will cap, what's that? Can't I go up? Bethis, get over here. So is the pink supposed to be representing spring or summer? I feel like the cherry blossoms is supposed to indicating like spring. I think I'm going to return back to the city and call it a saving day. I need to... Getting a little hot in here, and I need to get my AC unit set up and all that, so I'll be probably wrapping up here in the next 5 minutes or so. But I am looking forward to start getting some more content out, and then some other things with collaboration. I'm hoping to do a video with Erica and maybe some other people with PFU to talk about its progression, some recommendations, and all that fun stuff. What kind of AC unit I have? I don't remember the brand. It's over here in my closet over here. I have a full central air AC, but it's just where I live. It gets too freaking hot to run it during this time frame. So you have to, it'll burn my AC out. So I have to keep it at about 76, 78 Fahrenheit until about this time frame, where it just starts running up the bills pretty bad and overworking my unit. Right now it is 99 degrees at nearly 7 p.m. I want to run something for Shield's Rest since they've been so cool to let me partake, and I think Mark, the GM for them, has been relatively fair, letting us just min-max steamroll the shit out of his encounters, and it's been an experience for him, and I kind of want him to feel like he could be part of his group. And then, of course, like I said, I still want to do my world building with the likes of Michael Metcalf, G. Helman, possibly Erica, maybe Silas. I mean, there's a few other people that were interested in doing it. But I don't want to oversaturate with the amount of people, because it's supposed to represent the ease of a small group doing it. If you want your AC to work in those temperatures, next time you change it by an inverter heat pump, even though you don't use heating. Those units are made for heavy load. Noted. Hello, Kara. I'm doing good. Unfortunately, I'm about to call it a day. Glad you're able to hop in here, though. But I do have a window unit I normally put in during the time frame here to help keep this area cooler, because I've got my door shut. I've got a high performing PC running. And like I said, it's hot too, so it's not the most favorable condition until sun sets. Well, I was definitely down when I was around 500 people. I just got to a point where, unfortunately, like I said, work encumbered me, and I just couldn't do it at the time. You can look for the new Samsung Hilux. That's a piece. Noted. Okay, let's get to the save spot here. I'm getting really sick of Bepsis getting stuck here. It's over here if I remember correctly. Ooh, man, I got nailed. Sell those around for heavy winter load, and they are monster in the summers. I don't really have too crazy of winter. We have like one week where it's just apocalyptic here, and then after that it's just kind of cool. All right, peeps. Well, I'd like to thank you for sticking around. It's good to get some bosses killed, and once again get stuck in this labyrinth of a game. But always appreciate you guys talking around, hanging around, talking about games, talking about Fabula Ultima, and I'll be getting another stream out here soon. Like I said, I'm working on the video for the Tinkerers projects, and got some other things up my sleeve. So I'm looking forward to putting stuff out, and in a higher consistency soon. So let you folks have a good rest of your Saturday, and play Fabula Ultima if you get a chance to do so. I'll talk to y'all later.